I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good evening, everyone. Do we have a roll call of the board?
Randy Gray,
Here.
Tracy Edwards,
Here.
Dan Randall,
Here.
James Covell,
Here.
Michael Sozak,
Here.
Mark Fischel.
Yeah, we do have a quorum tonight. Next item is the approval of the agenda. I do have one request to add on, would be item number C, Resolution 17, 2025, confirming the sale of the property on Lime Kiln. This came to us yesterday afternoon, so as a need because we have the closing tomorrow afternoon.
Okay.
Any other additions or deletions?
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda as amended.
Okay, we have a motion, we have support, discussion on the motion. Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. Okay, next item is a call to the public for any agenda-related items. Anyone wishing to address the board at this time? Seeing no response, we'll close the first call to the public. We'll go on to the consent agenda. You have the approval of September 17th, 2025 regular board meeting minutes, and the approval of submitted bills list in the amount of $322,136.96. Any questions, clarifications?
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Support.
Okay, we have a motion, we have support, discussion. Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. Okay, we'll go on to department head reports. Chief, do you have anything tonight?
Just real quick, we offered two of our cadets the opportunity to send them to the academy. One, if we can get our paperwork in, we'll be going in a couple weeks. The other one, she has some schooling to finish, and if everything works out, she'll be going in May. So, taking a little longer than we wanted, but at least we're finding some people who are good quality candidates. So, that's all I got.
Okay, and I think I talked to you earlier, when I get to the supervisor's report, I may call on you too.
Yeah, I won't go all the way back there. I'll stay
Okay.
close.
Michael, do you have a report tonight?
A good report. We received the grant monies for the ADA door modifications, and they are installed. They were installed earlier this week. So we're now even more compliant than we were before for people entering the polls from the front door. In addition to that, we're obviously doing our public accuracy test tonight. We have surprisingly high turnout for the school election. It's over 2,000 absentees so far.
2,900.
2,900 absentee ballots so far for a school election. There have been school elections where we haven't had that many people total. So I think this is going to be a high turnout for an election. We're continuing to adjust our times for our absentee counting boards, but we'll be able to handle it. And we do have, again, the 9 days of early voting prior to the election. That's it for the clerk's report.
Okay. For the Trish isn't here tonight, so for the supervisor's report, I'm going to try to move through this fairly fast. As we enter our new budget planning cycle, the financial outlook is not encouraging. Last week, the state government reduced statutory revenue sharing, resulting in a loss of approximately $35,000. In addition, the most recent State House budget that was approved includes an estimated 8.8% reduction in constitutional revenue sharing, amounting to roughly $225,000. We also know that the Secretary of State will be mandating new voting equipment at a cost of about $100,000. And we were informed today that the health insurance premiums will increase by 17%. So budget season, this is not going to be pleasant. We're going to be looking at a lot of things during our budget process. Now, again, that's if the state doesn't find a remedy to the $95 million reduction in sales tax revenue. So I'm not real hopeful that something's going to happen. I have conveyed our concerns to Senator Tice and also Representative Boland, but I have gotten no response back, which did not surprise me, but they are pretty busy up there.
I did get a response from Boland.
Oh, you did?
I did, saying that, thank you very much for your input. We will pass this along to the representative, and she will contact you if needed.
Okay, good.
So,
Well, at least
we
somebody
got a
responded.
response.
All right. Second item, for many years, several of us have advocated for filling the sidewalk gaps along Lee Road. Now, it's mainly in the Lee Road, Rickett Road area. There is approximately about 1,500 feet of missing sidewalk in 2 sections. Just last week, a young girl was struck by a car in the area. And this is one of the things I have been fearing every time I drive down the road and I see kids walking on the edge of the pavement, or I see families where they've got a stroller and they got a kid in the hand and they're pushing it and they're on the pavement of the road. That just drives me nuts. And we've been really looking at it lately. Chief, you want to kind of fill us in on what happened there?
Yeah, so one of the problems is there's no crosswalks too, and that was one of the things that we're trying to address with the sidewalks. There it was a girl going from school, crossing into her subdivision, and, she just was in a hurry, didn't see the car coming, and the car unfortunately hit her. She does have, some injuries, nothing life-threatening or super serious, but, so, and we've actually been talking about this even before this accident occurred. We try to do as much as we can patrol out there along with Brighton City because it's kind of like an adjoining area, and we're just constantly seeing the kids in the road walking because there's no sidewalks. As the supervisors said, families, strollers, people on bikes, and trying to really get that sidewalk there so at least there's an opportunity for them to use that and hopefully get out of the roadway.
Okay, thank you, Chief. To carry on Tuesday of this week, representatives from Green Oak PD, myself, representatives from the Livingston County Road Commission, representatives from Brighton area schools, and representatives or officers from the Brighton PD. We met over at the police station, and we talked about possible solutions. Brighton area schools will be working with Livingston County Road Commission to actually relocate their access point to Lee Road, which basically takes it from where it's at now, move it farther west to, not line it up with a neighboring driveway across the street. So they'll be working with LCRC on that. What I've proposed with consensus from the board, I would like to request that CES prepare a proposal to survey the area and to develop plans to complete the sidewalk connections in that area. Once prepared, I will bring the proposal back to the board for approval. Because the sidewalk can remain within the road right-of-way, Metro Act funds, which we have been accumulating for many years, can be used to help cover the cost. What really sparked a lot of this conversation is every time I drive up down the road, I'm trying to figure out how in the heck we're going to put a sidewalk within the 33-foot right-of-way that parallels the road. I just couldn't figure it out. When I asked the question 2 weeks ago, I found out that everything on the north side of Lee Road has a 50-foot road right-of-way. So we have an extra 15 feet, which is a game changer now. So with consensus of the board, I would like to move forward, at least get proposals that I could bring back to the board to give you some idea of what it's going to cost a survey and, to design a set of plans. And I can finalize the numbers that we have. Once we have this together, then we're also planning on meeting back, about 3 weeks? I think we're planning on meeting back to try to put together a plan. And I think it would be nice to have somebody to also spearhead this into.
I was thinking the same thing, and I know that it's not the heavy tax season right now, So I think Trish would probably be the best person to spearhead this.
That sounds good.
Sounds good.
And we can't hear her say no today either.
All in favor of Trish spearheading this?
Do I have consensus to try to move forward and get some proposals?
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and Trish too.
Okay, that works. That's what happens when you're not here. All right, moving on, I will move that forward. Late Monday afternoon, the Hidden Lake wastewater treatment plant lost its primary power. The main underground line feeding the plant failed within the easement. This is on that bank coming off Stony Creek Drive, right behind the houses, between the houses, and right halfway in the hill, the line blew. DTE was out there, we went on generator, so we didn't have, the loss of operations. DT was out there, took them about 4 or 5 hours to identify where it was at. Spliced it, it's in an area that was spliced once before, they powered up, and just a few feet away, the line blew again. So they were out there for about 8 to 12 hours, but we're back up, we're up running, but that was a DTE issue. But we were down in case anybody calls anybody. And as we will discuss shortly, I will be attending the closing on the lime kiln property at 3 o'clock tomorrow. One of the things, and I've never seen this before, and Matt Zaleski, our attorney, has only seen it one other time, where the title company will not accept the minutes where we gave approval to the supervisor and the clerk to work with the property or the potential purchaser and sell the property. We have to have the resolution that we're putting on the table tonight spelling that I can sign for the property. So, and the only thing I'll add with that, and this is only a comment, with our upcoming budget challenges, in mind, it might be worth considering the sale of certain surplus township-owned properties that we have around the township. It might be time to dispose of them properties and dispose of the maintenance and stuff that we do on those properties, which will help drive some of our costs down. So I will try to get a list of all the properties that we have. There's a number of little ones here and there, and then we've got the Saxony lots. We have some lots over on DeBrover Drive. So there's a few pieces of property, and we may wish to rethink our thinking on the 5-acre parcel over there and dispose of it too. Although we do very little maintenance on it, but
Still worth some money.
it's still money. So with that, that's the supervisor's report tonight. Any questions? Hearing none, okay, correspondence, there's none needed tonight.
Correspondence, I distributed what correspondence we received to the board on the table this evening.
Okay. Business items. 9A, public accuracy test of electronic tabulator, ballot on demand, and voter assist terminal to be used for the November 4th, 2025 special election.
So as we start, the Election Commission is here this evening. As required by law, it has to be 2 trustees in a charter township. We have all the machines, because the machines take so long to fire up. I started turning the machines on when the Election Commission came into the building. They're ready to go now. I'm going to explain the process. Wendy, our election coordinator, will be printing 2 ballots from the ballot on demand, which is what we typically use in the early voting precinct. And those will be inserted into the test decks for the precinct that she's selecting so that we can show. They have to be marked as well, but the ballot to be produced, we'll mark them, replace the ones in the test deck so that we can show that they're working properly. And then also the VAT, which will produce 2 ballots from that, and it will actually mark those ballots. So we'll do that tonight, then we'll feed them into the machine, print out the results, and there, with every precinct, there's always a predetermined chart of results. And if the tapes match that, then we've done our jobs properly and we're all set for the November election. So this shouldn't take more than I don't know, 3-4 hours to complete, so. And we have a volunteer that came all the way from Linden, came all the way from Linden to assist us this evening with feeding the ballots into the machines.
Didn't know anything about 3 or 4 hours.
Oh, you can sit for a while. All right, I'll start on that, and I'll start going on this one. Ballot. You're doing one, I'm doing 3.
That's through my new telescope,
Nice.
Andromeda
Is that
Galaxy.
seen from, that was last night?
Yeah. I got another one here.
Yeah, hardly you could see it with the naked eye tonight. Might have been last night though. Wow, that's so crazy.
Yeah, there was a 21-minute exposure.
Was it what?
Just on it for 21 minutes.
We're gonna start calling you Galileo.
Start calling you Galileo. Start calling you Galileo. Stargazing.
Oh,
You know what I'm gonna be doing all winter though?
It says oversized.
Stargazing, because I've been setting my routine to do that.
Oh.
Mark, go ahead and continue the rest of the meeting, we're having printer issues.
What's that?
We're having printer issues on this one.
You said to proceed with the rest of the meeting.
I mean, I won't interrupt you. All right, at the request of the clerk, we'll go ahead and move forward with the rest of the meeting. We'll go to 9B, which is Resolution 16-2025. First resolution regarding certain proposed assessment in road improvements for Oakwood Meadows Road Improvement Special Assessment District.
Yeah.
Before we go into that, there's a couple things I have to say. I think I reported last board meeting that the petitions were out. And I have to hand it to the petitioners, the circulators. They followed my instruction sheet to the T. What was interesting is when I got this stack of petitions in, I looked, okay, I'll get started on them. I had a kind of a clean afternoon. And within an hour and a half, I had gone through all the signatures, verified all these signatures. They had a list of the deceased persons that were still on titles, so I was able to verify. Even because our records don't always show who has trust, those that had trust filled out the trust forms. Everything was completed. It made verifying your signatures just a breeze. They did a great job.
Oh, that's
And they did it within 2 weeks.
Yeah.
That surprised me, so hats off to them after all these years. And as you can tell by the resolution, I don't have it right in front of me, they are at 69, I think 69.25 or
Yeah, something like that.
69.25%.
Phenomenal.
Yeah, it is phenomenal. So with that, I don't know where I put my resolution, to be honest with you. And I didn't put my, there it is. Yeah, this is Resolution 16-2025, first resolution regarding certain proposed road improvements for Oakwood Meadows Road Improvement Special Assessment District. And going through, The estimated cost is $1,234,645. This resolution initiates the project, or the SAD. We're setting Wednesday, the 15th day of October. That's our next meeting for the first public hearing. You have with you, you have the exhibit to the resolution. On the table tonight, I also put out the revised Exhibit B, and if you'll look, on the one that's in your electronic packet, the very last number is 471624302106. That is actually their common area. What was left out is the 471624302107. So by taking the 106 out, putting 107 in, the count remains the same at 96 houses.
Do you have any best guess as to when this will start?
This will start in 2026. Good question. Right now, the nice thing about it is doing it now, we'll have the SAD and bonding in place
Okay.
over the wintertime. So we should be good to go first thing in the spring, I hope.
Okay.
But it's subject to timing with the road commission. Road commission is aware of where we're at. Once we approve the assessment roll, we'll have a contract with Livingston County Road Commission, and that will ink it in. Now, their paving contractor has been made aware of this, and so they're pretty comfortable we'll be holding 2025, which was 2024, asphalt prices into this project. But we did bake in a little bit just in case that changes.
Good. I'll be very happy.
Yep. So I'm looking for a motion to approve Resolution 17, 2025.
16, 20, 25.
Yeah.
16, 20, 25.
Yep, 16, 2025. I'm looking at the next resolution. All right.
I'll make a motion to adopt resolution number 16, 2025, first resolution regarding certain proposed road improvements for Oakwood Meadows Road Improvements, Special Assessment District 2025.
Support.
Okay, we have a motion, we have support. Any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Dan Rego?
Yes.
James Butler?
Yes.
Tracy Edry?
Yes.
Randy Gray?
Yes.
Michael Supine?
Yes.
Mark St. Charles?
Yes, resolution is adopted. Okay, Michael, we're back to you.
Yes, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring the ballots that we printed off up to the board, let them see them. As you can see, they printed out on regular stock paper. We have a yes and a no vote, and with the VAT, same thing, yes and a no vote. These have been inserted, or they will be inserted into the decks. Nice, they fill the squares unlike most of
Oh,
the
yeah.
people who do these. We'll insert these into the test decks. And then our volunteer will come up and feed them in. You can start with precinct 1, and they will pop back out on you, and I'll show you what to do when it does that. One page at a time, start right here. My able-bodied assistant will feed the ballots to our volunteer. Okay, now what it's gonna do is it rejected it because it's an overvote, voted yes and no.
No.
The citizen says, I don't care, and they're gonna hit cast ballot as is. No votes will count, but the ballot is counted as being cast. This will be a blank ballot, and it'll come up on the screen as such. Reads blank ballot. You made no choices, you cast as is. Yeah, but that's I'm sorry, the other one was marks out of use, go ahead. It's gonna come up as blank ballot again. The other one was the votes marked outside of the box. Go ahead, cast as is. That should be the wrong precinct. This will be the wrong precinct, it'll give it no choice to be able to feed it in, because that's from precinct 10. Go ahead. And it should say, your sheet did not scan, polling place is not configured to accept this ballot style, contact a poll worker. So this is when we have joint precincts, like over at Brummer School and over at a couple other precincts. If somebody walks up to the wrong tabulator, it'll reject it.
Okay.
Give the poll worker an opportunity to send them to the correct machine. So this one cannot be cast. We'll pull that one aside and set it there. Yeah, that's an actual yes. Should take it right in. That's how fast it goes if it's correct, and the next two will be the same. And the results always have to be different. You can't have 2 yeses and 2 noes. It has to be 2 yeses and 1 no, or any number. When we have multiple candidates, like there'll be 10 candidates, we'll have to do like 13 ballots and factor them down. Thank you very much. If you'll do this one. This will be the same as the other one, so we'll go through this a little bit faster. If you followed your training, you should know what to do. Oh, God, we're gonna hire this guy.
Hiring them.
Michael, for this upcoming election, which is really the South Lyon School election, how many tabulators will you have?
We'll have 4 tabulators.
Okay.
There'll be 4 precincts located at Brummer School, 2 in the cafeteria and 2 in the gym. That way it can accommodate everybody.
Okay.
And the Whitmore Lake School District, which is also voting, will have 1.
Okay, and for those at home who will be listening or watching this on YouTube, we've had a lot of requests for information regarding the South Lyon School District election. So I do know Michael, I know Trish have become fairly well versed on this. We also have a link on our website to the South Lyon School District's webpage where whoever is going to vote in this election can go get the information regarding this bond initiative.
Yeah, we are limited by law that we can neither say that we're in favor of or that we're against. We can only provide sources where they can get information and a printout of the actual ballot proposal.
Yeah, and I believe that's what it says on our website. This is information only. We take no position one way or the other. So,
Okay.
but again, it's our attempt to help those that are looking for information
Okay.
and point them in the right direction to go get information, whichever it may be.
Okay, at this point, all the ballots have been voted. So what's going to happen at this point, we're going to close the polls, and it'll give us a tape, and we'll tear it off, and I'll be able to show you the tape.
We're just doing these 2, right?
We're just doing these 2. We're not going to worry about the others.
I have to hit the button.
The button in the back. These are the machines that are approximately 10 years old that we're going to have to replace. Move on. This one, light on it.
Mike, do you see any reason why we should replace these? I know it's an order from headquarters, but
This comes down from Secretary of State Benson, that they have to do it, and I'm sure it's also driven by the reason we were given is that there's significantly more software in the machines to prevent frauds and things like that happening, like they had in other counties and things of that nature, so they refined the machines and are unable to update them the way that these machines have been updated for the last 10 years. So we're gonna have to buy new machines. Now, what we've done, just in coming up with the ballots, or I should say the budget, is that we have reduced our precincts. I'll be bringing this to the board for approval right after the first of the year. And I'm going to ask the board to approve reducing the precincts from 11 to 8. And we'll also, because we always set the counting boards based on what we anticipate, we'll be reducing the absentee counting boards by two, for a total reduction of 5 precincts, or the machines necessary to support 5 precincts. And then when you reduce the workers and everything else, it amounts to a 29% reduction in equipment costs for the township, in addition to the workers and materials. And then the big thing is they charge by precinct to come in and do this kind of testing at the preliminary testing, so it'll reduce that cost as well. So we have done what we can to serve our citizens and cut costs. But a 29% reduction, I think that's pretty cool.
Do the old machines have any intrinsic value to another state?
Yeah, Beavers will take them. Beaver recycling. That's about all we're doing. Okay, what's happening right now is that the machines are transmitting the results to the county, and the county will record those results and give them back to me tomorrow. So that one went through 100%. Is that okay? Get some tapes out. This one went through 100%. Now we're going to get 2 tapes out. Let's print the second one,
Okay.
and that's the one that they were showing.
I was gonna do 2 automatic.
Okay. So what happens is that because this is being transmitted over a cell phone line, each of these machines has its own modem in it and its own phone number. So it's impossible to intercept it because the phone modem that's in here will not receive phone calls. It'll call out and send it to the county, but it's a one-way device. So somebody has said, well, people just call in and reprogram the machines. That's impossible. The modems don't allow it.
Yeah, I'm sure.
If there's 2, let's turn off the one. Let's just turn it off there.
Yeah.
What I want to show the election commission, and I also show the board, is here's your predetermined chart of results. 7 ballots cast with 2 for no and 1 for yes. Let's see, that's precinct 1. Get the glasses on so I can actually see. Precinct 3. Precinct 1. As you can see the results on the tapes, there's 7 ballots, but one of them, remember, didn't go in. So 2-1.
Perfect.
We had 7 test ballots, but remember, 1 would not go in because it's the wrong precinct.
Okay.
It's amazing. They're out of date.
Yeah.
10 years old, that's all.
Thank you very much. That concludes the public accuracy test. At this point, we will shut the machines down and put put them back into the storage room, and we'll check the results tomorrow that we get from the county. And if the county says that the results are checked, then we'll seal, lock, and get the machines ready for election day.
Need a motion?
Yes, the planning, the election commission, because this public accuracy test as part of the board meeting, should make a motion to accept the results of the public accuracy test.
Okay.
So moved.
Support.
Okay, we have a motion and support. Discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, all opposed, motion carries. Hey, you didn't know we required that.
I'm
Okay.
doing it as a CYA. I'll be honest with you, we have so many voting doubters anymore, that doing it in a forum like this, on a public meeting that's on YouTube that people can see, it just eliminates any possibility of people saying that we're not doing something above board.
Agree.
I agree.
Yes.
All right, now we can go to Resolution 1725. That was my mistake earlier. It's nice, Trish wasn't here, so I was spreading papers all over the place and I got them mixed up. Okay, this is 17-2025, resolution confirming the sale of 12-5-11 Lime Kiln. This board had previously approved the sale of the property. And this resolution clearly states that the supervisor will be signing the paperwork at tomorrow's closing on this piece of property. Any questions, comments? We'll have to take care of this in the morning, so I'll have it with me tomorrow.
I'll do it first thing in the morning.
Yeah.
I'll make the motion to approve Resolution 17, 2025, resolution confirming the sale of 12511 Lime Kiln.
Support.
Okay, we have a motion and support, discussion. Hearing none, roll call, please.
Dean Winkup.
Yes.
Randy Brady.
Yes.
Tracy Evans.
Yes.
James Cleveland.
Yes.
Michael Sedley.
Yes.
Mark St. Charles.
Yes, resolution is adopted.
I'll do
Thank
this.
you very much for letting me put that on tonight. Okay, do we have any discussion items tonight? Hearing none, committee reports. Any committee reports?
I've got one thing under discussion that I just remembered. The lady who spearheaded the bridge over at Six Lakes, I see her at Costco all the time. And every time I see her, she thanks Mark for getting the eagle off their back and getting things straightened around. And she's just absolutely so happy. She thanks me over and over again every time I see her.
Oh, nice.
Now that you brought that up. Carol and I have been in close contact, and her and I kind of share some of the concerns. I have been pushing Noah at Paragon Bridge, and 2 weeks ago he assured me that we'd be doing the earthwork out there within 3.5 weeks. Well, okay, Carol called me yesterday, and after long discussions, I told her that I would email Noah this morning and basically say, what's going on? Where are you at? Where are you at with the contractor for the earthwork? Where are the bridges at? When are they gonna be there? And I said, and I know it's going to be in before the snow flies. And I got an email back. The 2 bridges, railroad cars, are in Indiana. They're going up to Lansing, and I have his pledge that as soon as they hit Lansing, they have a crew that's gonna refurbish them and paint them and get them ready for shipment. They have hired a local contractor to do the earthwork. They're going through some issues right now about depth of concrete and stuff, and that's what happens when you have somebody from California, a company from California, that's not used to the 36 inches of frost that we usually have in Michigan. We had to acclimate them to that issue. We're resolved with that. And I told Noah today that if all the Ts are not crossed and Is are dotted, by the first part of that next week, I want a conference call with all of us, including Carol. This is gonna be done before the snow flies. The cement work the abutments, the helicoils, or the helical piers, all of that's got to be done before the ground freezes. Once the ground freezes, the bridge is just set on. So I'm not worried about that. But the earthwork has got to be done before the ground starts to freeze. So that's where I'm gonna be pushing.
How long are they thinking all that work takes, just the groundwork?
Well, that's what I've got to talk to the contractor about. The earthwork should not take long. Just digging down and, putting some helical piers in and pouring concrete. My question to the contractor is going to be, once you pour the pads that the bridge is going to set on, because the bridge is basically setting right on the existing ground. So it's not like something's going to be way up above the ground. But how are you going to protect that? And I want to hear that he's got steel plates that he can lay down, so while the cement is curing, cars can go in and out, because we can't shut the road down.
Right.
So I need to understand that plan. And I think if I get what I will be recommending is that when we talk, and I know we are gonna end up talking next week, is that prior to the construction, we have, and Noah doesn't not have to be here, but he can be on a conference call. We're gonna have a pre-construction meeting out on site, and I'm gonna invite both chiefs to be there so that we can understand just what's gonna happen, when it's gonna happen, how long it's gonna happen. And so I think, again, there's a lot of moving parts here, but we are getting a little bit closer. Thank you, Dan.
Well,
Anybody else have anything on discussion items? Okay, we'll move on to executive session. There's none needed tonight. I'll open the last call to the public. Seeing no responses, we'll close the call to the public and we stand adjourned.